Hi everybody, I'm T. We're going to be interviewing Savannah from Explorers of Time. We'll be talking about their Week 1 match versus Apocalypse 2, the recent changes within the clan, and her time as a staff member in the Mario Kart scene. How are you doing, Savvy?
I am doing fantastic. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, a little bit on the tired side. Just classes started up again, so
Me
yeah.
too. I just got back from work not too long
Oof.
ago. A little bit sick, but I'm managing.
Yeah. Okay, we can just jump right into it. So, your Week 1 match, you guys took a victory over, I believe, Apocalypse. Is it their first team or their second team?
I believe it's your second team.
Second team? Okay.
Yes.
Actually, do they have only one team this year? I don't know.
I wish I knew more.
I think they just have one team.
Seriously?
Yeah, yeah, I think they only have one team. So yeah,
Oh, that's
well,
interesting.
whatever. You took a
I
thing
mean,
off
they
of.
do have Zexus. They use
Yeah,
Zexus, Spade, Sander, Ryan W.
yeah.
Rob, Sal, and Spec against us week one.
Yeah. So I'm assuming it's like just one team from what I'm seeing.
Yeah,
So yeah,
definitely thinking about it. It seems like it.
seemed like a very, very interesting match on their end. They had a lot of disconnections and just like a little bit messy on the messy side. So I guess we can talk about how you guys played in general, and then how do you think you did individually in terms of how you bagged, and also like in terms of communication, because I know bagging is a lot of it. Bagging is about communicating with your runners as well.
For sure. Yeah, so a little bit on their side of all the disconnections that they had, it was a bit unfortunate for them. They had to sub out Realm Zexus. He had a family emergency after GP1. In addition, they wanted to play earlier or later or even on Sunday, and we couldn't do that. So it was an unfortunate time for them to begin with, but even then, they put up an amazing fight, and I really wish we could play them a second time. So, just as a troller in the match, honestly, I feel like I did pretty well. A lot of my teammates, all of them were on point with their communication. Zane and Ethan having their classical team kill once a war that they had. I think it happened on RBC. I want to say it happened on RBC that they team killed each other, but it happens as usual. Ethan didn't warm up, and I really felt like he could have done better if he warmed up.
Oof, that
But
shade though.
I'm really happy about our team's performance overall.
Yeah,
But
it's.
I gotta give him shade. I gotta give him shade. He's supposed to warm up before matches. You know, if he doesn't warm up before matches, he doesn't do his absolute best. But I gotta throw that shade towards my guy Ethan. I'm sorry, Ethan, but yeah.
All right. So I guess so. You guys trotted out a lineup of Miki, Zane, Ardo Kuno, you, and Ethan. Is this your main LU, or do you guys have a rotation, or how does that work?
We're going to have a rotation this season.
Okay.
We have a lot of strong runners, and we also have many bagging and trolling options.
hmm
We went with trolling this match because we know that AP does have a weak side or weak link, whatever you want to call it, trolling. So we decided to go trolling against them, but we could have done bagging. Like, we have so many options this season, it's crazy. We have Darty, we have Tyler, we have Melvin, Josh, not
Mm.
Josh, shh, not Joss.
Oh, so Josh,
We have
was it Josh UK?
yeah, Josh
Oh, UK.
UK.
Okay.
We have him. We also have Connor. I can't forget about Connor.
Yeah.
I can't sleep on Connor. I'm going to play Connor next match, I think, if he's available. Yeah, we have so many options. Did I say Darty? I
Yeah,
think
you
I
already
said
said
Darty.
Darty. Yeah.
Darty, yes. It's just we have an insane Goomba. Goomba's another
Wait, you guys have
option
Goomba?
too.
What the hell?
Yes, we have
Holy
Goomba.
crap! Let me look at the registry poll quickly. I did not know you have Goomba.
Let me read off
Here now.
our members list real quick.
I
Okay.
have the registry up, so it's fine.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
We have Artie, Ethan, Zach, Goomba, Josh, Melvin, Ratty, who will probably not play a match, Me, Barry, Tyler, Zane, Connor, Jez, Darty, Miki, Koopa, Tamsu, and Zach.
It's a lot of players. Wow.
We were going to go for a second team this season, but we decided it's not that great of an idea
Hmm.
because we don't have the stability and we bought in a lot of new friends. So we want to make sure that chemistry is all good and stuff before we start a second team.
Yeah. Don't make the mistake I did with Lost in Time, where we had a second team and there was complete garbage. Oh God.
Oh my
Anyways,
god. We don't
so
talk about
yeah, so I guess in terms of scrims, what do you guys focus on? Do you guys focus on like I know some teams I was talking to Wollywogs, they said they just have people run all the time. They don't have a bagger specifically. They only bag when they're needed, and they have people who are just they play very I guess they play situationally. So they have like a certain
that.
like whoever is up there, they'll front run. Whoever is back there, they'll like
Hmm.
schlag or get dodges. Do you guys play like that, or do you have like more defined roles in EXO?
We definitely have more defined roles. No one, I mean, okay. It's not like our baggers bag all the time.
Hmm.
Artie control, Barry control, I can bag. Um, who else can? Goomba can bag. Um, there's a lot of people. Koopa can bag and troll. There's a lot of people who know how to bag and troll. But when it comes to wars, um, we're pretty much open about format. We don't. It's pretty much whenever I'm playing, it's like I bag or troll, and
Hmm.
I just decide whichever one I feel like doing at the time. But it's like we don't like all run. That's one thing we fucking hate it. Like
Oh, okay.
there's there's no way if you see us playing an all around match, it's probably nothing else available. Cause if we don't even have a bagger in our lineup, in the very rare case that happens, then someone volunteers to bag. That's when Tyler started bagging for us, and he actually wants to bag more and more, and he's
Hmm.
even becoming a sub bagger for us.
All right.
So definitely something that people are all open to. I think there's a few people who don't want to bag or troll at all, but a lot of people in EX are open to bag or troll when needed in matches.
So there's
So
like high
yeah,
flexibility within the team.
exactly.
Yeah. What about the running situation? What do you guys talk? Do you guys have like a specific person who like gets dodges and schlags? Do you have a specific person who just runs always? I noticed that Zane's in your lineup, and he's very well known for his running skills. I'm
Hmm.
assuming you guys have a more like defined roles when in terms of running and schlagging.
So when it comes to running and slagging, we just base it off of who is in what position at what
Okay.
time. So even Zane can get back there. He'll try and slag. He'll he'll go for a dodge if he's back there. We just play it by the moment. We
Okay.
cross that bridge when we get there. It's
I,
not like really at the start of a race we don't say, okay, Zane, Artie, you run, Ethan, whoever else you stay in the back. It's not like that. It's just like
okay.
whoever's up there and whoever's back there does
Yeah.
what they need to do.
So again, just very situational again.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. That seems fair enough. I noticed a lot of teams actually are doing that. I remember. Yeah. I don't see a lot of teams like having a defined role. Is what I'm noticing from throughout like all the interviews.
Hmm.
It's just whatever's going on at the moment. So
Exactly. I feel like that works out best.
yeah. So you guys have actually a pretty big jump in division. I'm assuming because of your new members.
For
Really,
sure.
yeah. So is it a little bit more pressure because it's a higher division, or are you guys very confident? I noticed you guys are actually predicted to do very well in this division. I believe you guys are predicted to get playoffs at minimum.
If I remember correctly, yes, we are predicted to get playoffs. I think we were predicted to get third or fourth.
I saw a lot of thirds when I
Well,
looked at the
yeah.
predictions. But yeah, does it put does I know for like a lot of the, I guess, players who don't play like high division a lot, is there more pressure on them, or is it just like, okay, let's just get our job done and stuff like that?
I would say I would say that it's just like, let's get our job done. I don't feel like the players who don't have, not to be mean or no offense or anything, just the players who definitely do um definitely are weaker than our other stronger players. There is a bit more pressure on them, but I don't feel like I have to use them. They more so know their plays. They more so know, you know what? I'm probably not going to get played this season, and that's okay. I
Yeah.
probably won't get played that many times, and that's okay. If I'm needed, I want to be here for you guys. It's just that kind of thing. They don't feel too hard about it or anything. It is more so, let's get this job done. If they're needed for a match, then they're just needed. They're going to try and do their best, but they don't feel too much pressure to get into the lineups or um to I mean, once they are in a lineup, they will feel pressure and they will
Hmm.
feel like the natural pressure. We need to win, that kind of thing. But there's not excess pressure, I would say.
Yeah. Additionally, in your division, a lot of people have said that there's a really big gap between the top teams and the bottom tier teams. Would you say that there's a huge gap in your division?
I think that people are sleeping on some teams. Looking at our division, there are definitely some teams that have um that we've lost to in scrims before, even using one of our like a better lineup.
Hmm.
And it's one of those examples are TR. TR is like our one rival. We always wore them. It feels like we wore them so much, and we played against them in WL for how many seasons now? I can't remember. But I definitely feel that people are sleeping on teams. I don't feel like there's that big of a gap in the division.
I think you guys have played them for 3 seasons at this point, or yeah, including this season, probably like three.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds about right.
Hmm. So yeah. Oh, do you have any predictions on who's gonna MVP your division?
I don't.
You
I
don't.
haven't thought about that.
Oof. Just give me like a just throw out a name there.
Zane.
Okay, that confidence. I like that confidence. I
no,
love
no,
that confidence.
now Zane won't MVP.
Oh, that's unfortunate. You jinxed him. God dang it. Watch him get second or something, and we'll blame you.
if he does, he's definitely going to blame me.
All right, wow. So I noticed that your team has actually recently been you guys are strictly now WL only, I believe. You guys have, I think,
Yes, we are.
got rid of like some of your members who hasn't played WL. Why has this change occurred, to be honest?
So it's a long story. Long story short. So basically, we referred back to a time in the clan where there were a lot of socials, quote unquote, non-WL members.
Hmm.
We want to transition to a clan that has a focus on loyalty.
All
We've
right.
been focused on loyalty for the entirety of the clan's life, but we want to emphasize on it more because when we war with people who don't play WL with us, it's kind of like we're I don't know, it kind of feels like we're relying on socials, quote unquote, or allies. I don't know. It's that feeling that we could become stronger without non-WL members.
Yeah.
Additionally, this does allow us to grow non-competitively and competitively. We aren't a clan that focuses on WL and MKW. We love talking to each other. We call a lot. We fuck around a lot. And it's just like we're not the type of clan who's like MKW, 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 MKW. if you want to trial for EXO and you're not going to talk there, you're just going to fail instantly. We're not that type of clan.
Yeah,
It's like we talk to each other. We're pretty close friends, I'd say. So that's mainly the reason why we changed into a WL only clan. Like if you don't play WL with us, you can't even be in the clan
that's fair enough.
because we feel like we're definitely going to grow further this way.
Division 1 EXO in WL Season 18. I'm calling that right now. No, but on all serious, I actually really like that. I know personally, I think I used to be against like having WL only teams, but I can see
Mm,
why people would do that now. Especially since I kind of learned that through XF2 this season because or this past season because that was probably like the most fun I ever had in WL
mm,
besides LT, the first season of LT. But it's mainly for the same reason. It's just you're playing with friends and it's very very like it's actually like really fun to play with friends and that like when I remember when the XF2 lineup came out, it was just like I don't know some of these people who are there. Like there's
mm,
people like the people I played with are like Diego, Kona, Nitro, and
mm,
yeah, those guys are still there, but like there's additional people, and those players are not still not playing every week, so it's kind of
mm.
like I don't feel really dedicated to this clan, and it's honestly one of the few reasons I initially gonna actually leave do WL for a different team, but then I couldn't even
Mhm.
do WL in general because I'm in university right now.
Oh, right,
Yeah,
right.
but like I feel like I think I don't know about this now because I think they use like Kona and like they use those people now. Initially, they were going to use those. They weren't going to use those people, especially because I think Nitro was quite busy because of
Mhm.
or because of school, and some of us were very like not motivated to play. But then some of them stuck through it. I wasn't one of those. But yeah, I find that having good chemistry with your members is a very important thing that I believe that's like
Definitely.
yeah like when I do I think when I ran like Ian and I ran for Ian, I wanted to focus on that. Unfortunately, it didn't pan out well. I think mainly of because of the whole Frozen incident.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know. I still like a part. I don't know. It's kind of a little bit rambly, but I still understand where you guys are coming from. You want
Right.
to foster something that's very chemistry driven and not just
Exactly.
playing for WL and just fucking off somewhere else.
We want to have fun during wars. Like
Yeah.
even when WL time comes, we're not like all serious. If someone's late to a match, we're not like I feel like in another team, people are gonna get mad at you, but we're just going to get jokingly, ironically mad at someone.
Yeah.
And even during a match, it's not like uptight, 100%
Hmm.
serious. It's like yes, we are serious. It's just like we make our jokes, we have our inside jokes and all that
Yeah.
we're definitely going to throw at each other and everything. So yes, it's definitely it helps when
Hmm.
you have that chemistry and you have that bond with your members. It helps just feel more motivated for the team.
Don't worry what I typed in chat. It's just something for later.
I got you.
Yeah. Um, yeah. I agree that chemistry is a very important focus for a team, and especially since EXO has been there for a long time, but it hasn't really climbed in divisions except for this season. I feel like that's the next step for you guys, and I feel like if you guys
Mm,
continue this, you guys can be a very good team.
for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like we're already growing. I
Hmm.
think that this WL only rule is definitely going to allow us to grow more
Yeah.
competitively. I feel like we're definitely strong already on the social non competitive side.
Hmm.
It's just that we need to grow competitively. A lot of members do desire the competitive side to grow further because it's just something that we enjoy playing together and we want to grow, we want to get better. We all have that competitive spirit within us, so just something we're trying to strengthen.
All right. Last thing I actually want to talk about is that you were previously very heavily involved in this community. I remember, I think when you're in, I think I met you after you were leader, you helped me lead LT at one point,
Hmm.
and then I think you became WL admin, and then eventually a moderator, then eventually media staff, then eventually administrator. So you've done a lot in this community. I guess first, like, why are you so invested into this community?
Well, I
Or why were
was
you?
why
Yeah.
I was invested in the community a lot because excuse me,
Yes,
I
yeah.
really enjoyed just putting my time into community. At this time, I didn't have. Okay, that's a lie. I did have a lot of things going on in my life. I volunteered a lot. I was at a point in my life where had I didn't have a job at the time. I couldn't have a job because I wasn't 16 yet. And I wanted to give back to the communities I was in. So MK community was one community that I wanted to give back to a lot. So I found any way I could, and I was also this was also a benefit to me too. I was building my leadership skills. I It was like a big step for me because I didn't really have any other outlet for leadership. I did camp counseling, and that was one thing that helped build my leadership skills a ton. But administrating a site and administrating the competitive league also helped build my leadership skills. And those are things that I still carry with me right now in my job. Um, I still I use the skills that I've learned in my job, and it's just something that has helped me immensely. So having that experience for me was something amazing, and I'm not too sure what else to say other than it was a great benefit for me and a great benefit for the community. And I had just kept wanting to improve and improve the community because I saw it as something that could have had more.
Mhm.
Because at the moment there is so much unorganization in the community. There weren't FFAs happening. There weren't a lot of things happening that could have been happening, and I just wanted to see more of what could have been happening actually happening. So I'm not that invested in the community now. I am a graphics artist for WL. I guess I felt burnt out. I I didn't want to. I felt like I was doing way too much at once, and I was just like, it's time to focus on making money. So I got a
Yeah.
lot of hours at work now. Like that's my mindset. I'm sorry, but
Money, that's okay.
it's
It's okay.
just
You don't get money from administrating Mario Kart boards. You get money from actually going and getting a job.
right. So that's what my mindset was like. I I was just like, okay, I'm gonna focus on getting a job. I want to focus on other things too. I really want more time with my friends. School was also overtaking me at the time too. So it was like, okay, if I drop these things, I'll be able to spend more time with my friends and school, and then I can focus on getting a job and can make more time with that. So, yeah, mainly why I'm not that involved in the community anymore, but it was a lot of fun and a
Yeah.
lot of experience for me.
You were super involved, I remember. I was amazed actually. I was like, wow, she's doing so much in like such a
Yeah.
little amount of time. It was crazy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that comment.
Yeah. I'm honestly, I'm very, I haven't said this to you personally because I haven't really, I've said this to other people as well, but I am so glad that I chose you to go lead LT with me and that you created
Aw,
EXO as well. Because I always felt like you were, I guess, you were such a good leader in this community. And it's something that I feel like is very rare within a person. I know some people might. I don't know if people might not like your brain, but I think like even talking to like MKA players, like I know like they really liked you as an administrator, and I felt like you were one of the few people that like I don't know, like especially someone so young too. You're like what? You're only 17, right?
Well, I was 15 when I
Yeah,
got mod and administrator.
that's crazy. It's
Now I'm
so
18.
yeah, it's actually ridiculous. You were super young when you got mod and eventually became
I
an
was.
administrator. That amount of leadership in someone so young, that is amazing. I know I'm saying this like I'm
Thank
500 years
you.
older than you, but I'm like
No.
literally, I'm literally just only one
No.
year older than you. But yeah, I'm just so glad that you're such a good person. You're such a good leader in this community.
Aw, stop. Thank you.
I wish I was. I honestly, I think the problem with me is I got burned out too easily. Like I know you eventually get burned out, but I get burned out way too easily, way too fast. And it's something that I want to like actually like get better at. You've actually been such a huge like. It sounds so weird, but it's been like you've been such a actually huge part of like why I'm like kind of doing this. Oh, I wouldn't say why I'm doing this. It's like
Aw.
more like why I want to stick to stuff, I guess. So I'd like to thank you for that.
It aw, it's no problem. That touches my heart. It
Yeah.
takes an insane amount of patience to keep
Mhm.
up with something.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, a lot of people would be amazed at the amount of patience I give people and projects and everything in general.
Mhm.
It's not for everyone, and it's okay. It's just dedication, patience is definitely one virtue or two virtues, whatever.
Yeah. All right. On this really sappy note, I think that's all we're gonna talk about. Do you have anything else to say? Oh, I guess we can go back to WL. You guys are
Hmm.
playing Mal, which is next in likelihood next week. So,
Yep.
how are your expectations for that match?
I'm going into that match not really knowing what to expect. I'm still trying to think of who to use.
Hmm.
I don't even we're home team, so I'm still thinking of what format to use,
All right.
who to use, etc. So definitely a lot to think about.
All right.
And I don't even know if I'll be here yet.
Oh, okay,
So
okay. Yep. All right. Is there anything you'd like to plug or anything? I don't know if you have anything to plug. Um,
mm, plug as in
like,
like ad?
yeah, add, like, do you have a
Yeah.
Twitter? Do you have a
I don't
YouTube or no?
follow me on Twitter, SABZSY. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Savvy. It's really nice to talk to you. We haven't talked in a while.
Yeah, we really haven't. Nice to talk to you, Aid.
Yeah. I'm not 8 anymore.
Okay, well, you're still
Every,
Aid to me.
yeah, okay.
Doesn't matter.
I know.
T,
I go by T.
authority,
Yeah.
Aid, whatever. You're Aid. You're Aid to me. I don't care what your nickname is now. You're Aid.
All right. All right. Thanks, Savvy.
No problem. Thank you.